नहीं यार, लेकिन बेसिकली मैं कहता हूँ हमारी अपनी गलती और बेसिकली अच्छा है हमारे बेसिक हालात ख़राब हों अभी. What I found out about Pakistan is that this is a country where you cannot make black money go white. They make it impossible. इसलिए बेसिकली लोगों के घर शिट होते हैं लेकिन गाड़ियाँ बड़ी ज़बरदस्त रखी होती हैं, राइट? आप $1 बिलियन की चाय मंगवाते हो क्योंकि चाय के बगैर आप रह नहीं सकते.
So, how many WhatsApp groups are you in? You said?
So, 20 odd?
20 odd, okay. हाँ, मेरे 7 ग्रुप्स हैं. और मेरे जो इन-लॉज हैं उनके बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स हैं. सो मैं शादी हुई है तो मैं साथ में मुझे जहेज़ में 5 ग्रुप मिले हैं. बाकी ग्रुप सीन लो बिकॉज आई हैव दिस OCD कि मुझे चेक करना है. वो जो नहीं होता कि अनरेड वो नहीं रह सकता, मुझे जाके वो उसको करना है कि ये डन. लाइक आई कैंट हैव ईमेल्स.
You can't have an inbox जो कि भरा हो.
नहीं.
Yeah, same here.
उसमें वही होगा जो काम की चीज़ें रखी है, बाकी डिलीट जंक इट कैन बी.
Yeah. So मैंने आई थिंक ईमेल्स के लिए क्या किया, मैंने ईमेल्स 2-3 रखी हैं. राइट. सो ईमेल्स कुछ जो है वो वहाँ जंक आता रहे कुछ
वो है जंक
पासवर्ड आते रहे.
कोई ऐसा बंदा मिल गया जो बहुत पका हुआ है तो उसको वो वाला ईमेल दे दिया.
क्योंकि वो लिस्टें शुरू हो जाती है ना when you're on those lists and basically and all that crap, right? वो तो मैंने अपना नाम भी थोड़ा सा फर्क रखा हुआ है.
अच्छा, क्या है?
So जो मेरा शनाख्ती कार्ड में नाम है मैंने वो रखा हुआ है.
वो which is you okay.
I can tell. मेरा नाम है राजा मुनीब इदरीस.
Okay, राजा मुनीब इदरीस.
Yeah, that's my name on my शनाख्ती कार्ड.
So when how did it was Maayr कहाँ से है?
लंबी कहानी है उसमें बाद में आता है.
अच्छा.
But लेकिन basically coming back to WhatsApp groups, I typically like to leave groups but there are about 20 groups that I don't want to leave. So what I'll do is I'll go in. सारों को mute किया है forever वाले में. You know. ऑल टाइम के लिए.
अच्छा, ये नहीं करते आपके
365 days
4 weeks कर ले 3 weeks और फिर वो वापस आके रिव्यू करूँगा.
मैं तो हमेशा बेसिकली म्यूट रखता हूँ लेकिन what I do is I go into the group and I'll mark all red. ऊपर से select all red करके and I'll mark them and maybe at the end of the day or maybe when I'm just a little fizzling around basically I'll check मेरा नाम कहीं लिखा है कि नहीं लिखा तो basically मैं day end में check कर लूँगा अगर दिल जाएगा. Right. So a lot of people say कि यार you're not that active on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I think what they don't realize is I am actually also like while we have
it's whole metaverse.
Gmail के अलावा हम G Sheets भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं, Google Sheets भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं, Google Docs भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Everyone's sharing everything. But we also have Google Chat.
Yeah.
Okay, which is actually quite a lot like WhatsApp. लेकिन उसमें फ़र्क ये है कि आपको उसमें रिपोर्टिंग आ रही होती है सारी.
Okay.
ठीक है.
It's like a feed. It has
like a feed that connects into the database.
Oh, okay.
So वो भी चल रहा होता है, right? So there's so many chat groups. Generally we stop doing emails. Emails बहुत कम हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Lots of groups or for work. Lots of channels for work. पहले हम Slack इस्तेमाल करते हैं, अब G-Chat करते हैं, you know.
Yeah.
सारी video conferencing इस पे हो रही होती है. So we don't Zoom. I mean, we seldom also do WhatsApp video.
You do Google Hangouts, whatever Meets.
Google Meets, which is basically within Gmail basically.
Yeah.
Within Gmail. और मैंने अपना एक फिल्टर जो मेरा बैकग्राउंड है वो मैंने रखा हुआ है, खूबसूरत सी लेक है. उसकी पीछे ऐसे लग रहा है विंडो है मेरे पीछे. पीछे लेक है. Right? So half the time people think like I'm living by the lake.
And we did a sailing course together.
Yeah.
And then I broke my leg
at
halfway.
the PAF Yacht Club.
Yeah. So you like the water वैसे? आप पानी में
I generally like outdoors.
हाँ.
So I'm not someone who watches cricket, plays cricket. I'm not someone who watches football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, or plays it much. I can play it. I've played it a few times. यहाँ पे कभी-कभी वो जब boys खेल के होते हैं तो basically I go play.
Yeah.
But I don't watch any sports. I don't watch TV. Like I don't watch Netflix. मुझे वैसे मुश्किलों से किसी ने कोई सीरीज बता दी तो एक दो मैं इसके देख लेता हूँ.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm not like with my friends, you know, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And I love to also have another life, which is also another type of environment where I am also very different. So I'm very different at work and very different with my friends. And with different type of friends, I'm a different person. Right? So
Right.
you can say I'm a chameleon, but that's okay. That's what I enjoy basically. I like that.
Yeah.
And then of course you have a different life with your family members, and with your kids you have another, like suddenly your wife is prodding you, like you don't have kids right now, but
No,
like,
I don't.
once you do basically,
Yeah.
even your wife will start prodding you कि अच्छा example बन के रहना है, right?
Oh, yes.
So
do you feel that pressure? वैसे?
Yeah, the thing is, I think I think what most people don't know is that you and I are friends outside of
Yes.
the media world,
Yeah, of
whatever
course.
world, right?
Yeah.
Whatever world is this public world, network world, you know, internet world, YouTube world, right? So yeah, we met sailing, PF Yacht Club, we were taking a lesson, and then we also meet at the beach because we also go to French Beach quite a bit.
Yeah,
right?
we go to the beach a lot, so we meet there. We met before. We met in different
for work as well.
Yeah, work.
Basically, we
and
just
then
talk about some ideas.
Yeah, we also met through some other people. But yeah, I mean, 5-10 minutes गुजर गए, and I haven't. So this is Muneeb Maayr, and
it's okay. People can Google it. मैं कहता हूँ ना, बेसिक लोग कहते हैं जी आपका email address क्या है? मैं कहता हूँ यार मेरा नाम first name dot last name at bykea.com. कहते हैं जी spell कर दे. तो यार just freaking Google it.
हाँ.
Like why? I don't have time. Like
Yeah.
You want to talk to me about
you're before people who's Googleable, you know?
How?
You have that's very
I inundated. You know how many LinkedIn messages I get in a day? I kid you not, like man. Like I get I kid you not, like 7 to.
What are they saying?
Just people saying like, look at my proposal, look at this idea, I want you to be my mentor. And you have to realize I'm such a busy guy.
Yeah.
Right? I'm so busy. And I honestly, and you're selfish, man. Many times you're selfish.
Of course,
right?
you
But
should be.
These times, look at the times with it.
Huh.
We're in very, very weird times.
Harsh
right?
times.
Like from a recession perspective. So
How is
I
that
hate to be
working
mean,
out?
but like I think learning to say no, not say anything, or just sorry, but be like a bit of a, prick, not reply.
No, I don't think so.
That allows you to actually stay focused and like get shit done,
Because that's the main primary thing.
Yeah.
Not to talk and chat.
क्योंकि हमारी दुनिया तो completely change हो गई है ना. हमारी दुनिया तो basically अगर आप डेढ़ साल पहले देखें VC वाली दुनिया, तो हम तो basically we were the young, very even the new generation, even the older generation had hopes कि यार ये देखो tech में इतना boom आ रहा है, इतने पैसे आ रहे हैं, ये future होगा पाकिस्तान वगैरह का भी, right? And then all these tech companies that actually had raised money for Pakistan, many of them blew up, right? Or many of them are going through troubled times because the valuations will never hold, right? You have to realize the game that was being played was, if you're in a space where you can grow really fast, grow the number of users, making a loss doesn't matter. When you get basically a sizable part of the market, and you can show that you have that revenue, we can go list you or sell you to like someone globally. Yeah. Right. So that was the idea. And you could list in the US and so forth, right? So you looked at basically Western company stocks. कि यार maturity में basically जब मैं final stage में आऊँगा तो मेरी ये value होगी.
ठीक है.
Right. इस जितनी value होगी, इसके multiple revenue के multiple की value होगी. Right. लेकिन उससे पहले क्योंकि मैं ग्रो कर रहा हूँ, मेरे मल्टीपल ज़्यादा होंगे. दैट होल थिंग कोलैप्स बिकॉज पब्लिक स्टॉक्स की जो वैल्यूएशन है वो 50-60-70% गिर गई. सो सडनली बेसिकली द VC मॉडल दैट मोस्ट ऑफ अस रेज मनी फॉर, उसमें तो ये कि जी या तो पैसे सारे लूज हो जाएंगे या छक्का, राइट? छक्का मतलब छक्का के 20x 30x बेसिकली आपको मिल जाएंगे. सो what people don't realize is, why is someone crazy enough to invest in these tech startups? कौन पागल हो रहे हैं या छक्के हैं, कौन है जो basically ये कर रहे हैं, right? So you have to realize money was almost free in America, right? They just printed money. And particularly after COVID, the United States printed a third of all the currency that it ever printed in its lifetime in 2 years, right? So you went from, I don't know the exact numbers, about $9-10 trillion to you went over $15-16 trillion in US dollars in the world, which you just print.
So उनको कभी ये मसले होंगे नहीं bankruptcy के, क्योंकि वो आप पूरी दुनिया डॉलर पे चल रही है
ना. जो आपके कल्फीज हैं उनको होंगे, उनकी तो जमीन से निकल रहा है, उनके जमीन से डॉलर निकल रहा है. अमेरिकन तो सिर्फ प्रिंट कर रहे हैं, प्रिंट कर रहे हैं. तो and so they're never going to run out when they're giving you a loan.
They're giving it in dollars.
They're giving you something they just printed. digitally को भी, not even physically मिलते, physical खर्चा भी नहीं करता, digital, you know. So when money was free, you could get debt for very cheap, but then you had to deploy that money. So where do you deploy it? So a lot of money was deployed in real estate. A lot of money was deployed in stocks. You know, shares वगैरह जो होते हैं. A lot of money was deployed in Bitcoin, जो कि और ज़्यादा risky था. ठीक है. So
did you dabble in this crypto?
Bitcoin? No, unfortunately I didn't. And I say unfortunately because basically I think I was too busy trying to build things that I'd lost interest in the fun of a trade.
Do you still trade though?
I trade only out of compulsion.
Oh, really?
To make sure that the value that I had created in Pakistan is not obliterated.
Okay.
You know, like for example, मैंने about a year and a half, but 8 months ago, almost a year ago, I sold my house in DHA.
Okay.
Right. Because I was looking at real estate prices and they'd gone up about 500 gaz was about like at one point was like an older house had gone up in good times to about 11-12 crores. But now it come down to about like 9 or 8 or 9 and it hadn't grown from 8 or 9 in 3 years. Right. And I was like, man, I'm just going to take my money out. I'm going to put it in dollars because like this is not making sense. Like, you know, I don't like this is the value is not going up. Right. I should have done that. I should have done gold. I ultimately, when I sold the house, I did get into gold because I couldn't get dollars. Right. And the rest I put in the bank. And what I found out about Pakistan is that this is a country where you cannot make black money go white. They make it impossible. I'll tell you how. So when you sell any piece of land in Pakistan, particularly in sectors in Islamabad, F sector हो गया, Karachi में DHA हो गया, you know, लाहौर में भी DHA हो गया. तो जो आप घर बेचने जाते हो ना, तो आपको आधे पैसे जो है बैंक में देते हैं और वो होता है वाइट मनी क्योंकि उसके टैक्सेस पे करती है दोनों पार्टियां. ठीक है. तो टैक्स बचाने के लिए, लेकिन टैक्स बचाने के अलावा उस घर की वैल्यू टू बी खरीदो फायर्ड बाय समवन विद कैश बढ़ाने के लिए आधे पैसे आपको कैश में मिलते हैं. अच्छा, वो पैसे लोग जो है ना वो अपने धंधों में जो इस्तेमाल करते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर से आता है, जहाँ मर्जी से आता है. ठीक है. लेकिन उस मनी जब आपको कैश में आ गया, आप करो क्या? अब बैंक के पास जाते हैं, बैंक कहते हैं जी मुझे सोर्स ऑफ इनकम बताएं. आपको नहीं यार, वो तो मेरा जो घर का डॉक्यूमेंट है, सेल डॉक्यूमेंट्स में आधी कीमत लिखी है, लेकिन मिले तो उधर से ही मुझे. वो कहते हैं सॉरी जी, बेसिकली हमें जो फैक्ट ऑफ पकड़ लेगी तो फलानी पकड़ लेगी तो फलानी पकड़ लेगी, तो जो है हम ये नहीं कर सकते, पैसे नहीं ले सकता. देन यू आस्क देम क्या मैं क्या करूँ? सर आप गोल्ड ले लें, यू नो, आप ओपन मार्केट से गोल्ड ले लें जाके, यू नो, आप गोल्ड नहीं तो डॉलर ले लें. अब डॉलर मैं आपको कोशिश करता हूँ, कहता नहीं यार डॉलर तो आजकल बेसिकली नहीं सर, वो बेसिकली हमारे जानने वाले हैं, वो आपको करवा देंगे. And you're like, man, I don't want to like
sketchy.
I don't want to. No, the whole. Go ahead. Why does the background happen? The background happens when basically people start running to the bank, right? So if everyone starts to basically hoard dollars, you know, it
collapse.
The currency is already like the dollar. Abhi bhi stable nahi ho raha hai. So, anyways, basically, I went and bought gold, and I got lucky that gold went up about 30% since the time I bought it. Nice. The money that I put in the bank basically gave me about, you know, post taxes between 12 and 13. 15 पे लगा होता है, लेकिन वो टैक्सेस काट के बेसिकली इतना हो जाता है. And I think that was a wiser move, and I think most people are not doing that. I think most people are not thinking that. So you have to be stingy around the allocations that you're making. So it's tough times, and you got to save money.
So if somebody wanted to invest something, कुछ पैसे हैं किसी के पास, तो वो पाकिस्तान में क्या करे? How should he invest?
का वो करता क्या है, पाकिस्तानी करता क्या? मैंने ये नहीं किया, लेकिन पाकिस्तानी करता क्या? पाकिस्तानी जो है ना, या तो रियल एस्टेट लेगा, जो रियल एस्टेट बबल बढ़ता जाए, ठीक है. एट सम पॉइंट तो बेसिकली इट इज अ कैसीनो. इट इज अ कैसीनो. एक जुआ लगा हुआ है. जिस दिन बेसिकली द मैजिक स्टॉप्स, द रेवेन्यू रील्ड ऑफ रेंटल नहीं है. सो रियल एस्टेट की अगर आप रेंट अपनी जगह लेके उसको रेंट पे लगाएंगे ना, उसका आपको रेंटल यील्ड आएगा 3 से 4% पाकिस्तान में.
बिल्कुल.
पाकिस्तानी रुपए में 3 से 4%.
Which is nothing.
भाड़ में जाए,
Yeah.
यू नो. आप सारे पैसे बनाते हो उसकी वैल्यू इंक्रीज होने में कि जितने इतने का था इतने कम बेचे. तो दैट्स कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have dividend yield, cash flow yield, but it has basically valuation. So,
Yeah. But you're saying now वो भी नहीं है.
so anyways वो नहीं था. So that घर और properties इतनी जल्दी बिक नहीं
Grow नहीं कर
right? और बिक नहीं रही थी for sellers. So then basically you can take money to add into gold, but gold का चक्कर ये कि while some people speculating कि globally $2,000 से ऊपर जाएगा because the US currency is going to be under pressure and in recession to 2023, most people believe that that's not true.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen. So I don't believe that gold is going to go over $2,000. Abhi it's about 1900 के दरमियान में, right? Bitcoin has a possibility. I should have invested in it जब $17,000 का था, $17,000 का, और अभी मैं 23 पे है, ये उसके लगभग है. तो आई थिंक वो जो 30% इंक्रीमेंट था वो आई मिस्ड. आई थिंक देयर स्टिल एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इन बिटकॉइन, इवन दो बिटकॉइन इज हार्ड टू गेट ऑब्वियसली. लोगों ने गाड़ियाँ बहुत ली हैं, यू नो. इट्स अ डॉलराइज एसेट फॉर पीपल. तो अपना कैश चेन है वो गाड़ियों में ले लेते हैं. तो इसलिए बेसिकली लोगों के घर शिट होते हैं, लेकिन गाड़ियाँ बड़ी ज़बरदस्त रखी होती हैं, राइट? इट्स अ ट्रेड.
Okay.
It's a trade for people.
Yeah.
वो अपने सारे पैसे इसी में चला रहे होते हैं, you know.
I thought अपने शोधेपन कर रहे थे वो.
शोधेपन भी है तो हम नहीं रच ना. So ये कहना चाहिए कि नहीं कहना चाहिए, लेकिन है तो वो, you know, हमारा छोरापन तो है, you know. और मैं उस दिन सोच रहा कि यार मैं सारी उम्र जो है ना बिल्कुल छिछोरा नहीं रहा, राइट? लेकिन अभी भी मेरा, अगर आप कहो कि यार मैं, अगर मेरे पास बहुत पैसे होते तो would I buy a certain car? And I was thinking I would buy that certain car, but I wouldn't want to drive it myself. I'd rather be driven.
So which car was it?
Okay, so just for context, by the way, I don't drive much.
हाँ.
You know, so I sit on the back seat.
Yeah.
अब आप कहो कि क्या सांप बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है, लेकिन मैं लाइट्स लगवा लेता हूँ.
Same. Yeah.
और बिल्कुल ब्लॉक कर देता हूँ, और वो जो आधा घंटा होता है या 20 मिनट होते हैं ना, वो मेरे लिए काम हो रहा होता है फ़ोन पे, ठीक है? या मेरा ब्लूटूथ लगा होता है और मैं कुछ सुन रहा होता हूँ, पॉडकास्ट टाइप सुन रहा होता हूँ. मैं रात को भी सेल्डम ड्राइव करता हूँ, रात पे घर का ड्राइवर होता है. एंड वीकेंड्स में मैं ड्राइव करता हूँ कभी बीच पे. टिपिकली कोशिश करता हूँ ना करूँ, ताकि कोई और ड्राइवर करे, ताकि यू नो, you're so tired and exhausted from many things, you know. You don't want to get into trouble, right?
Yeah.
So I barely drive, but that doesn't mean that I don't know how to drive. I was actually a navigator on the Jhalmaksi race with my friend Faizan Siddiqui. Faizan Syed, sorry. Faizan Syed, I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't.
But we got the number 2 position for B stock, which is कि जी आपकी जो वीगो होती है ना, उसमें आपने कुछ स्पेशल चीज़ें डाली होती हैं, स्टॉक होती है. हाँ. तो वो रैली रेस की थी, वी केम सेकंड.
और गाड़ी वो फिर ख़त्म हो जाती है ना
यार. वो वी डिड वेरी वेल. वी डिड चोलिस्तान. वी डिडंट एंजॉय चोलिस्तान एज मच, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली तीसरी दफ़ा हमने हब रैली जो यहाँ है कि, और एक मोड़ पे बेसिक गाड़ी कल्टी होगी. या बट उसमें पाइप्स लगे होते हैं, so you're fine. हेलमेट भी पहना.
सही.
But I don't know how we got to this conversation, but like
गाड़ी, I asked you कि वो गाड़ी क्या है,
गाड़ी कौन सी होगी? हाँ.
If you had to buy a dream car.
Yeah, देखो, so it's a very tricky question because मैं शोधा लगूंगा आपको.
नहीं
शोधा लगूंगा.
नहीं, it's fine.
So and that's why I'm giving you another perspective. के so I have an old Corolla. I have a Civic 2016 की, and I have a Prius which is station wagon. And the Corolla's from work. But I grew up in a house which actually there were lots of cars and lots of purani classic cars, and then the new cars as well. So the car that I want to be driven by is not influenced by you know, my father and my grandfather's house, you know, where yes they have an S-Class, they have multiple S-Classes. घर में गैराजेस वगैरह सारी उम्र थे. बेसिकली मैकेनिक हमारे घर में रहते थे. जो नाइट राइडर वाली ट्रांसम है वो भी है.
Oh wow.
So बड़े शौकीन कैडलैक सारी हर
This in Lahore.
No, this is in Pindi.
Pindi. Okay.
So living on Murray Road. But some of my friends as well, dost Usman Shaukat, I don't know if you know him, Shauki also has an S-Class. But I wouldn't want to drive it myself. So
You would be
I
like
would
to be
want
driven in
be
a
driven in it
S-Class.
with the tinted glasses,
Yeah.
nobody watching,
Same.
and comfortably in the back seat.
Yeah.
Because it's like a bloody sofa.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is.
I've driven, मैंने Lamborghini भी चलाई है, to जो अमेरिका में जाओ को टेस्ट करने देते हैं.
Yeah.
मुझे ऐसे लगा कि रोड पे लग रही है रोड गाड़ी, you know. So I like speed, but I don't like crazy speed.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not a fan
So-
of that car either.
और
Maybe Rolls Royce Phantom. ये
हाँ.
these are the kind of cars I would like
Yeah.
actually.
और
Yeah.
बल्कि जो पुरानी जो रोल्स रॉयस है ना 60s की, you know, या 60s
जो
की जो
कार
Bentley
शोज
है.
में कभी-कभी दिखती है.
हाँ.
Yeah.
अभी भी बेसिकली क्वीन वगैरह उन्हीं जैसों में फिरती है.
हाँ.
Right? So those are beautiful
Nice.
cars. Those
Yeah.
are beautiful cars. But anyways, I think the point was कि I think लोग गाड़ियों में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. And I think this is not a bad time to do that. Though I think appreciate होगी, prices बहुत ज़्यादा increase होगी.
Ridiculous हो गई.
हाँ. And there are certain stocks in Pakistan जिनकी revenue जो है बाहर से है. तो जिसकी भी dollarized revenue है ना, ठीक है, उधर लोग पैसे अपने डाल रहे हैं. Anything that's dollarized, anything that you can retain sustained value in.
For example.
Anything, yeah, even a TV set for that matter. You know, even this equipment that you have. Right? Holding cash is a problem. You should not have cash.
Okay.
Cash के अलावा आप कुछ भी रखो जो कि अपनी general value retain करेगी.
Right.
At least.
Yeah.
अब obviously बना
What
के
about the international trading?
यार आई थिंक इंटरनेशनल ट्रेडिंग पाकिस्तान की तो वैसे बहुत कम होती है. आई थिंक बट मोस्ट पीपल डोंट रियलाइज इज कि अभी आप IMF से जो ये $1.5 बिलियन का लोन ले रहे हो ना, यार आपके मेरे ख्याल में अगर आप हिसाब लगाओ तो आपके हर साल के गाड़ी के, कार्स के, व्हीकल्स के इंपोर्ट्स होते हैं $1 से $2 बिलियन के,
ठीक है,
जो आप पैसे IMF से मांग रहे हो. ठीक है, इतने ही पैसे खर्च होते हैं आपके हज, उम्रा या रिलीजियस टूरिज्म पे. ठीक है, आप $1 बिलियन की चाय मंगवाते हो क्योंकि चाय के बगैर आप रह नहीं सकते. ठीक है, और आप तकरीबन $8 बिलियन का कुकिंग ऑयल मंगवाते हो इंडोनेशिया, मलेशिया, अपने बरादर मुसलमान मुल्कों से. चाय आप कीनिया से सिर्फ मंगवाते हैं, श्रीलंका से नहीं मंगवाते. और you are having more oil than your grandfather, your great grandfather, any of those people did. You're having more sugar than any of them ever did. ठीक है, you are drugged on imports. Your bijli should be twice as expensive at least. Do you know that the cost of petrol today in Mumbai is 106 Indian rupees, which is 330 Pakistani rupees today, और आप 270 पे रो रहे हो. आप आज भी आपका पेट्रोल सब्सिडी पे चल रहा है. प्राइसिंग रिफैक्टर करना लाजमी है.
नहीं तो फिर इनकम इतनी कहाँ हो रही है? आर पीपल देयर सैलरीज इंक्रीजिंग ऑन दैट लेवल? आर
नहीं यार, लेकिन बेसिकली मैं कहता हूँ हमारी अपनी गलती है, और बेसिकली अच्छा है हमारे बेसिक हालात ख़राब हों अभी. और आप कहोगे ये कैसी बात आप कर रहे हो यार. देखो यार, पीपल पर अर्बन हाउस होल्ड जो है ना अर्बन पाकिस्तान में, वो है 6.7. इंडिया में 4 है, बांग्लादेश में 4 है, इंडोनेशिया में 4 है. आपके यहाँ एक मर्द कमाने वाला है, 6 खाने वाले. जब तक आप एक और हाउस होल्ड मेंबर को काम पे नहीं लेके आओगे ताकि वो आमदन घर लेके आए, तब तक आपकी GDP पर कैपिटा कैसे बढ़ सकती है? क्योंकि कैपिटा तो डिवाइड हो रहा है मेल फीमेल के साथ.
तो बेसिक औरतों को काम पे
बांग्लादेश ने यही किया है. आप कहते हैं बांग्लादेश ने क्या कमाल किया है? बांग्लादेश जस्ट गॉट ऑल इट्स वुमेन टू वर्क टू ब्रिंग मोर मनी टू द हाउस. सो हाउस होल्ड भी छोटा होते गए, 4 पे आ गए हो, हम 6.7 पे अर्बन में, यू नो. सो आई थिंक बेसिकली वी नीड टू गेट पुअरर, अनफॉर्चुनेटली, for our middle class and our lower middle class to get women out into the workforce. Okay? Because I'll tell you something really surprising. I was actually in Riyadh a couple of weeks back, and a woman in a burqa picked me up in an Uber. Right? It was Uber जैसी एक और brand, लेकिन
बिल्कुल वो वाला बुर्का है.
Yeah.
Eyes.
And you know, I've never seen that happen basically उस type के बुर्के में in Pakistan. But what I'm saying is like, in Saudi Arabia, it's perhaps so safe.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it. So I saw more women driving in Riyadh than I see in Karachi or Lahore or Islamabad. Guess that. How did that happen in 2 years? They weren't even allowed to drive 2 years ago. So I think there's something wrong with us, man. You know, why can't our women sit on a motorbike?
Honor.
They used to sit on a horse.
Honor है ना. Honor हमारा खराब हो जाएगा ना.
तो घोड़े में क्या था? घोड़े पे भी तो डिसऑनर था ना. कि लहंगा था क्या? मसली क्या क्लोथिंग चेंज हो गई? डिसऑनर क्यों हो गया? ये बताएं आप सर.
I don't know. What do you think is the reason why progress here is slow? Education, obvious. What are the
I
reasons?
think मुझे एक इमराती ने कहा था और मुझे एक चाइनीज़ ने कहा था, दोनों की बातें मैं आज तक याद रखता हूँ. तो चाइनीज़ मुझे कहा था, चाइनीज़ भी मेरा बड़ा अच्छा दोस्त है, अभी भी पाकिस्तान में है. वो बहुत बड़े पैमाने का ये स्मार्टफोन का काम करते हैं लोग. बट बहुत किताबें पढ़ता था, मुझे किताबें रेकमेंड करता था कि अंग्रेज़ी में इसकी वर्जन पढ़ना. तो वो कहता कि पता है हमारे जो है ना हुक्मरान चाइना में, वो हमारे बाप की तरह हैं. वो अपने मुल्क को भी हमें सोचते हैं वो हमारे बाप हैं. तो हम फैसला जो ना वो बहुत लंबा करते हैं. राइट? तुम लोगों का पाकिस्तान में कोई बाप नहीं है. इन्हें कोई ऐसा नहीं है जो कि अपनी नस्लें बनाना चाहता हो. और इमराती ने मुझे कहा कि, मैंने कहा यार ये क्या बात है कि तुम के अंग्रेज़ी के एक्सेंट हमसे बहुत बदतर हैं. ठीक है, तुम लोग बेसिकली अपने कपड़े पहन के बार पे होते हो इन दुबई. ठीक है, तुम लोग लंबा चौड़ा बेसिक सामने तो एटलीस्ट गोरों के उनसे हैंग आउट करे होते हो, लेकिन पीते नहीं हो. देसी तो सारे पीते हैं. हाँ. और बात भी तुम लोग अपनी अरबी बड़ा है, यू नो तुम्हें. तो ये क्या चक्कर क्या है तुम लोगों का बेसिकली, यू नो. हम लोग तो ज़्यादा एंग्लिसाइज है. हम लोग तो कॉलेज इन द US, आई हैव अ गुड एक्सेंट, यू नो. मेरा रिश्ता भी इस चीज़ पर डिपेंडेंट हो गया था यार. एक्सेंट सही है लड़के का कि नहीं, यू नो. एक्सेंट भी सही है जी, यू नो. और एवरीथिंग यार, आप तो बेसिकली यू नो आप तो गुरुओं के साथ घुल मिल भी जाते हो.
तो फिर उसने क्या बोला?
तो उसने कहा कि यार यू नो हमें जो है ना अपनी मुल्क का यू नो हमें कहता है वी कैन नॉट फॉरगेट कि दिस इज़ आवर आइडेंटिटी. जिस दिन ये ख़त्म होगी ना तो हमारी आइडेंटिटी ख़त्म हो जाएगी. हमारी कौम की आइडेंटिटी ख़त्म हो जाएगी. So what I realized with the Chinese and with the Emiratis, and I see that in the Indians as well, and I see that in most nations, is कि वो अपने मुल्क के जो है ना वो बड़े लॉयल है. हमारी लॉयल्टी आके ख़त्म हो जाती है क्रिकेट के मैच पे. ठीक है. So all of us are looking for shortcuts. We know we're going to be attacked by another invader. That's what's been happening for thousands of years in Punjab and Sindh. I'm sorry, but that's what's been happening. And in most of northern India. Right? हर बेसिकली कुछ अरसे बाद एक नई कौम आ जाती थी यार. इसलिए तो बेसिकली आप अपना ह्यूमन जीनोम टेस्ट कराने जाओ ना, आपको समझ आएगी बेसिकली आप तो ऐसी ज़बरदस्त नस्ल है, आपकी ऐसी ज़बरदस्त नस्ल है कि बेसिकली शायद दुनिया में कैसी नस्ल हो.
कैसे क्या
मत हो यार, आप हर टाइप का ब्लड हो. You know, क्योंकि basically for thousands of years people came to these very fertile lands and they intermarried for centuries, for
Yeah.
thousands of years. And so I think northern India, ये जो Iran gets its name from Aryana. So
What does that mean?
So Aryans,
Aryans. The Indus.
Yeah. They split into a few. Some went into what is today Latvia and Germany, and the other ones went into what are today Anglos. One of them went into Macedonia, then one of them went to Iran. Iran gets its name from Aryana. It was Iran. Iran जो है ना actually Aryana है, right? In fact, आप इसकी एयरलाइंस जो थी अफगानिस्तान की उसका भी नाम क्या Aryana Airways ऐसे कुछ था ना, ऐसे कुछ एयरलाइंस का नाम था. But then the next came into what is today pockets of northern Pakistan and Afghanistan, right?
Yeah.
And by pockets, basically, I mean all the way up till Putwar. So they came to the Putwar, this whole area, and then they seeped down to along the Indus. And so for thousands of years, man, you have had so many races come here because it was the land of opportunity.
So that's good, no?
It's the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
पहले basically जो है ना वो you could grow stuff, you wouldn't die, पानी भी पी सकते थे, सब कुछ हो सकता था. और उसके बाद जब basically banks बने, when the temples were made, the temples were like banks, right? Now, of course, all the robbers came. Ali Baba and 40 thieves आए थे basically. They came. When the Muslims came to India, they came because the bank was in India. Right? And then they would go down to Gujarat and essentially go to the bank and basically rob the bank.
Yeah.
Get all the gold and all, and then go back, right? And after a while, basically the traders got like, ठीक है यार, हमारे पास काफी gold है, लेकिन बस तंग आ गए, right? So then so then they were like, yeah, either you choose to stay here or we're not going to let you in. He said, nah, I choose to stay here.
Yeah.
And so that's what's been happening for thousands of years. People have chosen to stay here.
Well, I mean, it's good. We've been mixed well, I feel. I mean, I feel like...
और लोग कहते हैं ना यार, इतने बुरे हालात तो बेसिकली हमने अपनी ज़िंदगी में नहीं देखे. बस यार मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ, बस बहुत हो गया है, बस मैं तो जा रहा हूँ. मैं अक्सर कहता हूँ यार प्लीज चले जाओ यार. I mean, there are 220 million people.
Yeah.
Half of them are under the age of like 20.
और कुछ 6 लाख गए थे ना last year. They left the country.
Right. We need to massively lose our population. We need to lose 1 million people. Forget like a year. We need to lose 1 million people basically every month.
Every month?
Every week. We need to lose 1 million people.
कहाँ जाएंगे ये लोग?
यार जाएं बेसिकली जाके ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाएं, उनके डेजर्ट्स में चले जाएं, ये सऊदी अरेबिया के डेजर्ट्स में चले जाएं, या अफगानिस्तान के डेजर्ट्स में चले जाएं.
नहीं, डेजर्ट्स में क्यों भेज रहे हैं आप उनको? उधर क्या? Why not a jungle? Why not?
भाई वो कोई देगा उनको तो फिर होगा ना. They have to go to an area where basically they're not going to be bothered.
हाँ.
हमारे पंजाब में तो आप आओ ना नहर की तरफ, ठीक है, या दरिया की तरफ, तो चाकू निकाल लेते हैं हम सारी कौमें जो फंसी हुई है. इट्स रियली फनी. आप देखो ना, ये बेसिकली जितने पठान बड़े कि आपके तो बड़े मच हो, हमने तो हम फलाने इलाके में केपी से हैं. मैं क्या तो केपी तो हो, लेकिन बेसिक तुमसे ज़्यादा सैना पठान था जो आके मुल्तान आ गया था या सरगोदा आ गया था, ठीक है. उधर तक तो तुम आ नहीं सके क्योंकि तुम्हारे कजन्स ने या तुम्हारे दूसरे रिश्तेदारों ने या उस इलाके के लोगों ने तुम्हें पुश बैक कर दिए. तभी तो तुम बेसिकली पहाड़ों में अभी तक फंसे हुए, राइट. अब हैव यू एवर बेसिकली ड्रिवन थ्रू काराकोरम हाईवे?
No.
Go through Karakoram highway. When you go through Kohistan, right, you're like, man, why in the world would anybody ever want to live here? It's like going through a desert of stones for like hours, right? But then you find also something very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of that belt in Chilas, there are lots and lots of trees being smuggled down the river, and you're like, where did the trees come from? Maybe they came from the Nanga Parbat area, from like the Shina area, from the Gilgit, from the these guys from the northern area. So that's not true.
Yeah.
Inside of Kohistan, ye nale, where these radicals have not let anyone go.
Yeah.
And take pictures, where all the timber for northern Pakistan comes from. But you've never seen it. You've never seen photographs of it basically on the internet. You've never seen any videos on it.
Never.
They don't let anyone in. They speak a language called Kohistani. And I love their hat. I have one of their pakols. It's a brown, you tilt it on the side and you wear it. I look pretty like sexy in it. Yeah. And I love that area. I think the people are wild, but They're wild macho guys, man.
How they wild? So wild.
They're wild. They kill, murder, pillage at any instance they can find.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They'll have like, guys, Shias going through KKH and they know they're Shias. Basically, they'll track them around and shoot them just for fun. They're just like old world, maverick kind of like magmen living in a...
And there's no like law. There's no...
Man, I think even the state has recognized that don't mess with them, don't let them come into your territories, let them do whatever they want to in their territories, and ilaka ghair ho jata, and it's okay.
Okay.
It's ilaka ghair. It's there.
It's there. It's amazing that still there are places that they just...
Yeah, I think Pakistan has...
Countries within a country.
Yeah, Pakistan has pockets of beauty, absolutely. And I think the one thing that we should have done long ago, that we still need to do, is to make visa on arrival in Pakistan for any country.
Yeah.
Whether you're a European, whether you're an African, whether you're an Indian. Let there be visa on arrival for anyone. You get people to the airport, you smile at them, you don't have these angry, pissed off kind of looking basically immigration officers. Right? You have nice people smiling and it's nicely lit up, and at the end, they give you a SIM that you can add to your phone, which has free data in it, right? And that's mapped to your passport, and they can track wherever you go in that country, right? So you got GPS tracking, and just make the first 15 minutes of an experience into entering Pakistan really nice, and you'll have billions of dollars of tourism coming to this country. We need to get over this idea that everyone is after us, whether it's the Americans or the Yahudis or the Indians. We are one of the most hospitable people in the world.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Anyone who's ever come here has found us to be very hospitable. You let people come here and you let people realize that they have missed out on touring in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And let the local communities also basically benefit from it.
Yeah. I agree. मेरे कुछ मेहमान आए थे, वो कपल था, मैरिड कपल, आयरलैंड से आए थे और वो उनकी उम्र 50-55 साल होगी और शायद थोड़ी ज़्यादा, और वो सुबह उठ के है ना रिक्शा पकड़ते थे घर के बाहर से और वो एम्प्रेस मार्केट पहुंच जाते सुबह 8 बजे 9 बजे, घूम मसाले वसाले लेके। मैं जब उठूँ नाश्ता वास्ता खा के नीचे देखो तो वो आ रहे हैं वापस, सब्जियां मसाले हाथ में। मैंने कहा कैसे? लाइक बस वो उसको ऐसे गूगल मैप पे दिखाया और निकल गए, और अमेजिंग, और इसने पैसे नहीं लिए, उसने ये नहीं किया। आई वाज लाइक, आप किसी आंटी शगुफ्ता को बोल दें कि और आप दादा को बोल दें कि दोनों आप जाएं किसी मुल्क और आप ज़ुबान नहीं जानते उधर की और घूमें, कोई नहीं करेगा। बट या यहाँ पे
And I think, we keep fear mongering. Listen, I also come from a military background. My dada was also a general, right? So, and I grew up in his house, and I have immense respect for the military. In fact, I was very, very saddened at Pervez Musharraf's death, and how people kind of negatively responded to it as well, which I thought was just sacrilegious, given this man was a loyal Pakistani, and he basically actually did, he if you think about where he died in an apartment which wasn't a very affluent apartment, right? And he came back, and like, anyways, I think what I was getting at was that, you can. I forgot my train of thought. Where was I?
I just thought I would interrupt you, but about, I think, but a lot of people also, he was a convicted criminal, right? I mean, he was supposed to be.
But I think ek hubbul watan tha. Right?
Yeah.
So basically, I kind of just lost respect for the notion of fame there. But I think in Pakistan, we have technology coming in, but we spend so much money on the military, right? Money that the military could be spending in other ways. I'll give you an example. So instead of spending like, hundreds of millions of dollars on buying an aircraft, or like a set of trucks or tanks, making tanks, right? What you do is you invest in either a drone or like a satellite, if you can, so that you can have independence, in that sense. and biological warfare. I think that is very dangerous, particularly post-COVID. Everyone has realized you can crumble all of humanity with very little. You don't need guns and nuclear weapons to essentially do that. And I think we need to be investing in the future of security in biotech. I think biotech we have great doctors in this country. They come out of great medical schools. I think the best medical students should not be enticed into becoming greedy doctors, but be enticed into essentially building, pharma within this country so we can support ourselves, and also biotech such that we can also defend ourselves against a virus. कल को basically एक virus आए जिसका जो है ना वैक्सीन सिर्फ इंडिया के पास है या सिर्फ अमेरिका के पास है, why would you want to be so vulnerable? Right? You should basically invest in these things. So those are the things I would invest in. And I think we're not willing to take the necessary measures to cut our lifestyle. I think we are कहते हैं ना मस्त हैं, तो आई थिंक हम मस्त हैं और घमंड में हैं. हम वो खान हैं जो कि या वो वडेरे हैं who has lost the plot, lost most of the money, is about to get very poor in the next generation, but is like
not
मैं तो खाना वो तो चौधरी
denial में. Cool. I think finally I will have to ask one question related to what you do, because your first venture or that one big thing was Daraz, and then you went on to Bykea. And is there something or some space or any industry that you feel the next, I mean, you're looking at some space or something to work on? Is there another?
I think it's no. So I think I am still slightly ambivalent here, because I'm not looking for the next thing right away. I have too much to focus on right now. And I'm not just saying that because it's a fiduciary duty of mine, but just because of the heart and soul that I put into this. I just don't have the mindset. Having said that, I think there are opportunities for sure, but I think most of those opportunities will have implications in the West, where people are more literate, where people have the income disposition as well. So I think there are some opportunities, particularly around, avatars, 3D clones of yourself digitally. Right? I think all of that is possible. And that's going to be very beneficial, for example, for university, college education. I'm not too sold on secondary school online, but I think basically from a master's perspective or an undergrad perspective or executive training, I think it'd be very natural as well. I've seen some very natural deepfake kind of videos as well, so very natural as well. So I think that does fascinate me. And I saw a company, I met a few guys basically who are trying to dabble into that in the US. They have a back office here, hiring engineers in Karachi actually.
For deepfake stuff?
It's for deepfake. So you know how even Microsoft gave a news out कि अभी आपके literally like 3 minutes सुन के they can copy your आवाज. But imagine if you gave that training model like 2 घंटे of your speech, या फीड कर दिया अपना ऑडियो कोई, ठीक है ना. और दूसरा आपने क्या किया कि आपने अपनी वीडियोस काफ़ी सारे उस मॉडल को दे दिए और फोटोज काफ़ी सारे उस मॉडल को दे दिए. सो अब मॉडल के पास बहुत ज़्यादा डेटा है आपको स्टिच्ड टुगेदर करने के लिए.
बिल्कुल,
देयर सो मच डेटा कि बेसिकली वीडियो के भी फ्रेम्स आप निकालोगे ना तो इतने ज़्यादा फ्रेम निकल आते हैं. तो उससे आप कर क्या सकते हो कि बेसिकली अब आपने एक चीज़ सिंक करनी ना वो ज़बान,
और ये सब आपको कोई किसी के इंस्टा अकाउंट से मिल सकती है.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली.
फेसबुक, एनी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप पेज पे और उसको जाएं, आप
कहीं से भी मिल सकती है. तो लिटरली अगर मैं चाहूँ तो मैं आज एक वर्चुअल अली गुल पीर बना सकता हूँ और मुझे आपकी अगर इंटरेस्ट के बारे में भी पता है, यू नो, आपकी व्हाट्सएप के जोक्स के बारे में पता है, आप किस पे लाफ आउट लाउड करते हो, राइट? सो देन आई कैन बिकम मोर एंड मोर लाइक अली गुल पीर.
Damn, that's scary.
Why is it scary? I think everyone wanted to be perpetual. Did everyone want to live forever?
I think, not me. I
Not
wouldn't.
the pharaohs did, you know.
Yeah, they did.
So even religions say you will live forever and ever.
Never ever.
In heaven, there'll be lots of gals there. pretty
Yeah,
gals.
pretty, yeah. Yeah, no,
You may get 7 of them.
huh?
You may get 7 of them. Lucky 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
That's what you had. No, I lost my. No, I'm thinking about them.
It's okay. I think it's okay to recognize that you're getting to figure out what all of this is for, right? What is the purpose of this, right? And I think, you know, particularly, I think by the time you hit 40 or 40 and above, you start figuring, okay, what is it about? So you start watching stuff on YouTube, right? And then this guy comes, you know, Arthur Brooks or something, and he's a professor at Harvard who used to be like a political advisor in DC at some point as well, for some, like, group. But anyways, and he talks about things like, and I'll ask you this, Ali, you know, money, power, fame, or pleasure. If there's one thing that you could do away with, khair hai.
Oh, do away with
Which one would it be? Money, power, pleasure, fame.
fame.
Fame. Okay. So now you got money, power, and pleasure.
Yeah.
Which one would you let go of next?
Oh no. Power.
So now you got money and you got pleasure.
Oh.
Oh. Which one would you let go of next?
I wanna say pleasure, but it's not. I'm gonna let go money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pleasure is your idol. So deep in your subconscious, whenever you're making decisions, that's the primary decision you're making. Now, that doesn't mean that in the future you will make other decisions, but that's the primary decision that you're making.
What gives me pleasure?
Pleasure. And
So if I'm doing anything in life, I'll be like, does this give me pleasure? If it doesn't, then I'm not gonna. Is that what you're?
So the end all decision, after all the decisions have been made,
Yeah.
is whether it's pleasurable or not.
आखिरी सवाल ये है. And yours is the same?
Same.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it doesn't, pleasure doesn't necessarily mean सिर्फ basically याशी करते रहो.
हाँ. Obviously.
Or love करते रहो.
Yeah.
Pleasure also means creativity.
Yeah.
Creating. So I gain pleasure from creating the software or visual product that we have. And I'm an artist. Sometimes things work, sometimes don't work, sometimes I have to brush it up.
Yeah.
So you asked me, you know, what my experience had been. And I'll tell you, it doesn't matter. And I know that's such a cryptic thing to say, right? But it doesn't matter because there's always something next that's coming through that can allow you to learn a lot more about yourself. And particularly post your 40s, you start recognizing that fame is not something that you love because you get recognized everywhere. And I don't like that, you know. And I also have like a very private life, and I don't want that to be intruded upon either, right?
Makes sense.
And if it was money, I would have been a lot more of a con. Because I think you can make money, just थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा होना होता है. हाँ, थोड़ा सा. Right. So I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And power, for the longest time, seeing a family of the military, then politics, and Daraz, and Vada Khandan, and all of that.
You've seen power.
I love power because that's what I was born into. And I believe that I have no excuse to say that I have not had power. But I hate how it makes people feel.
I hate, I also hate how it makes people behave. Yeah.
उनका demeanor change हो जाता
Change हो जाता है. And you can just see it in their walk or how they talk to people, and it just
and how they
just
introduce
puts you
you
off.
as well.
Yeah.
How they just act around you.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, that's one of the things I love about Karachi as well, right? So Karachi is such a different place. With Karachi, you can have friends from all walks of life, right? And it's not as cliquish as, for example, Islamabad was, where I was born.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
And I think Karachi allows you to have respect for the guy जो कि बाइक पे किसी की बाइक पे बैक पे बैठा हुआ है और आपके शीशे की विंडो को आके अपनी पिस्टल से टक टक करे.
मैं समझा आप कहीं बाइकिया कहीं लेके जा रहे थे पर
You have to have respect. Even if you're basically in a Land Cruiser, you have to have respect for that.
Yeah. अच्छा फोन आउट सबकी बराबर लग रही है मतलब.
So what I'm saying is कि हरामी शहर है.
On that note, thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting me. This is very different and odd, and most people wouldn't expect this of us.
That's good.
But it was good chatting.
We should have fun. Yeah, that's the main thing. But good. Thank you so much, Muneeb, for coming over.
Take care. See you, man.
See ya.